It's Thursday, September 13th, and here are three choices for today. Barbara is the latest from the German director Christian Petzold. He's one of the so-called Berlin School of filmmakers who are making quite edgy, dark, and sometimes quite minimal dramas in Germany. This is the story of a young woman, a doctor, who's played by his usual actress Nina Haas, and she is living in East Germany under communism, so it's a very repressive era, full of surveillance, full of lack of trust among people, and this is the story of an affair that she has with another man where she's not entirely sure whether she can trust him, whether he will betray her, whether their intimate affair will lead to her downfall. Nina Haas is a great actress who I think has been at the center of some of the best German films over the last several years. She's not well enough known outside of Germany, I think, and this film really shows her off to her best. It's shot in that very cool, minimal style that Petzold prefers. A beautiful film, quite psychological in its tone and its approach, and well worth seeing. That's Barbara from Christian Petzold. Miss Lovely is part of our City to City program. This is a new film from Ashim Ahluwalia. Ashim was last at the festival many years ago with a film called John and Jane about call centers in India. In his new film, he's gone back to the recent history of Indian filmmaking, to the rather scurrilous, softcore porn films that were made in Mumbai by filmmakers who were working well under the radar. Of course, pornography is illegal in India, and these are people who were making these skin flicks on the sly on very cheap budgets. It's kind of like Boogie Nights, but a kind of an artier, lower budget version of that. It's about the milieu and the underbelly of Mumbai society, these men who make the films, the people who are involved in front of and behind the camera. And Ashim Ahluwalia, I think, is really a fascinating filmmaker. He makes his living in advertising, but he makes, when he chooses to make feature films, he makes very sort of dark and sometimes strange films. This is a film that I think gives you a glimpse of a world that we probably have never seen before, and it's a world that I think he understands very well. That's Miss Lovely, part of our City to City selection. White Elephant is the new film from Pablo Trapero, the Argentinian filmmaker who's been at the festival many times before with films like Lion's Den and Carancho. The new film is about a priest, a kind of liberation theologist priest who is working in one of the slums outside of Buenos Aires, trying to help the people there both with practical things of life, food, shelter, clothing, but also with faith, with inspiring them. He's involved because he is working in a slum area where there is a lot of violence, a lot of crime. He's involved in trying to protect his people from the criminal gangs in the area, but at the same time the actual local authorities in the area, police and the military, are also part of what he has to protect his own people against. Very powerful drama. Pablo Trapero is a director who's able to really grab you by the throat and pull you into whatever story he's telling. He's working again with his wife, who's also his lead actress, Martina Guzman, and they've turned in another powerful, searing drama from Argentina.